Anxiety was my silence, and silence almost killed me. My name is Marcus Ellison. I'm 34. I live in a small one-bedroom apartment on the edge of South Beacon Hill, Seattle. From the outside, I looked like I had it all together. Steady job at a local auto parts warehouse, a decent used car, clean clothes. I'd nod at my neighbors, pay my rent on time, make small talk in the elevator. No one would have guessed what was going on inside my head. Most days I was just trying to breathe. It started slow. The chest tightness, the moments of panic with no cause. But I buried it. Men don't talk about anxiety. We don't get a manual on how to deal with silence that screams louder than any noise. So I stuffed it down. I smiled when I wanted to scream. And every night, I laid in bed feeling like something inside me was dying. The worst part? Nobody noticed. That's what broke me. Not the anxiety, but the fact that I could be falling apart and still be invisible. Then came the night that changed everything. It was January, raining hard. I was driving home from work, same route I'd taken for 6 years. I remember thinking, if I just let go of the wheel, would anyone care? That thought didn't feel foreign anymore. It felt familiar, like a friend whispering in my ear. I parked the car and sat there for almost 2 hours. No music, no phone, just rain and silence. That was my rock bottom. The next morning, I did something I hadn't done in years. I opened the blinds. I let the sun hit my face. And I said out loud, "This can't be it." I said it like a man begging the sky for something different. I didn't know what I needed, but I knew I couldn't keep pretending to be okay. And that's when it started. A habit that saved me. It wasn't therapy at first. Wasn't medication. It was walking. Yeah, just walking. I'd get up an hour earlier, lace up my old running shoes, and walk, rain or not. Through Jefferson Park, down the hill, past the coffee shop. 10 blocks, every morning. No excuses. It was during those walks that I began to face my demons. Not defeat them, just face them. I started whispering truths to myself under my breath. Things I needed to hear. You're not broken beyond repair. You still have time. You matter even if no one sees you right now. Each step felt like a punch to the darkness. I cried on those walks. I clenched my fists. I begged for peace. That's when the rebuilding began. Not the kind you post online. The kind that happens in silence, when no one's watching. When it's just you, your fears, and the road ahead. One morning I passed by a teenage boy sitting on a bench, hoodie up, staring at nothing. He looked exactly like I used to feel. I nodded at him. He nodded back. And something in me shifted. I wasn't alone. We're never as alone as we think we are. I wish someone had told me that sooner. That invisible pain is still pain. That men feel deeply, even when we're taught not to. That healing isn't loud. Sometimes, it looks like getting out of bed when your soul wants to stay buried. I still have bad days. Don't let this sound too clean, but I fight. I fight alone some mornings. Some nights, I still sleep with a hoodie on just to feel something close. But I don't run anymore. I walk into the fire now. And every step I take is one more step away from the man who almost gave up. You asked how I survived? I got tired of pretending I was okay. That was the beginning. There's something that happens when you stop running from your own mind. It doesn't get easier, but it gets clearer. That clarity started changing me. I didn't become some superhero. I didn't write a book or start a podcast. I'm just a man from South Beacon Hill who finally realized that waiting for someone to save me was killing me faster than the pain ever could. The real transformation happened the moment I stopped asking, "Why me?" and started asking, "What now?" I started journaling, just a few sentences each morning. Things I noticed, feelings I didn't understand. I stopped trying to sound tough on the page. I just wrote what I was scared to say out loud. That was the second habit that saved me. Writing gave my chaos a name. And when you can name your demons, you rob them of their power. Little by little, The silence became less terrifying. It's not that the anxiety left me. It's still there, like background noise on a bad frequency. But I learned to move with it, to build a life with the pain, not despite it. That was the part no one tells you. Healing doesn't mean the pain goes away. It means the pain doesn't control who you are anymore. One day, a guy at work, David from loading dock, asked if I was okay. Side I looked lighter. That word hit me hard. Lighter. It was the first time in years someone saw a version of me that wasn't just trying to survive. That's when I realized I had changed, not all at once, not with some grand gesture, but slowly, quietly, in the most human way possible. I started taking care of my body, eating better, sleeping without drowning in my phone. I cut off people who only called when they needed something. I stopped explaining myself to people who never really listened. And I started showing up for myself, the way I always wished someone would. That's what self-worth really is. Not thinking you're better than others, just finally realizing you're not less. I live differently now. Not louder, just real. I smile more. I say no without guilt. I call my mom back. I answer when my nephew facetimes. I breathe deeply, intentionally. Because I know now, nobody's coming to save me. And that's okay. I don't need to be saved. I needed to wake up. And if you're reading this, still trapped in your own head, still smiling through the storm, hear me. You are not weak because you're tired. You're not broken because you feel too much. You're not unworthy because you're still healing. You're human. And sometimes, becoming unbreakable means shattering first. My life today? It's not perfect, but it's mine. It's honest. And after years of being a ghost in my own life, I finally feel alive. So if you're asking what saved me, it was showing up for the smallest things. The 10-minute walk, the morning journal, the brutal honesty when I said, "This hurts." That's how I rose. That's how I rebuilt. And I believe you can too. I'm not the only one. There are men out there, quiet, ordinary, invisible, who went through hell and came back stronger. And you can be one of them. All it takes is the first honest step.